You're a polka that's known throughout the land.
I'm your favorite apple air, apple polka band.
There was a pretty girl and all the boys would say she was so cute and always oh so cute. She always laughed and said throughout her happy days it was all called her angel face. You're a polka that's known throughout the land. Not that you perceive without Big Bang. That's known throughout the land.
Here are the naturals that have this polka band.
Coscienza da mercato che non si costa. Non coscienza da mercato che non si costa. Bianco le centrali, o dei canzonari. Coscienza da mercato che non si costa. You're a polka that's known throughout the land.
Here is little Wally and his happy polka band.
For 7 days and 7 nights without me, made a week of loneliness for that's known throughout the land.
And he was such a thirsty town, I could hold the band.
In the discovery of Jenny, chum 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 chum. Hasta la Jenny, chum 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 chum. Ona kryje sukcesem, świetnie szybko. Podzielić się pomocem, ciu ciu.
Thank you very much. There's a little bit of a medley there for you that was written by or arranged by Eddie Wozniak Sr. back in 1968. One's called Let's Hear a Polka. We're going to do another song. We had a request for this one off of our recording. No, we can't do that one. I'm going to feature Laura on the vocal. Here's one called The Happening.
That's my. Who requested this? I don't believe you. Who requested it? Laura?
No, this is for Devon and Nikki D, our Leon Kozicki Award winner this year.
Nikki D.
There she is. Come on, girl.
Here we go. Here's one called The Happening. We're going to keep it in a polka tempo one more time before we slow it down to waltz. Here's a melody, a couple tunes, one called Looking for a Sweetheart and one called I Got a Polish Boyfriend.
You trying to tell us something, Dan?
Nikki, you're not leaving. Get off this thing, okay?
Hey, let's send this one out to all our Canadian friends who are here. Yes, indeed. Salt of the earth people. And boy, do they drink a lot. Hey, look, Jimmy P's here. You can almost see him.
Thank you very much. We're going to slow down waltz time for all the waltz dancers out there and all the singers, because we want you to sing along on a very pretty medley of waltzes that was recorded by the late great Eddie Wazunchik Sr. A couple of songs that he recorded back in the 70s. Dance with me once again, darling, and As Life Goes On. And please, everybody, you know the words, sing along with us.
And if you don't know the words, just make them up like I do.
Here's the front, here's the knee.
been asking you to dance with me tonight, sadly pretending I'm happy, but God above only knows why. I know that I made my mistakes here by telling you things that weren't true. Don't worry about me too dear, as I have this last dance with you. Dance with me once again, darling. Though you no longer be mine, soften the pain that I'm starting. Dance with me just one more time. Proszę Ciebie, żebyś ze mną zatańczyła. Smutno mi ciągle myślę, jak dawniej Tyś mnie kochała. Ja wiem, że ja złamał Ci serce, lecz Ciebie niewiernym byłem. Ja smutno, ja sam żyję. Jeszcze raz zatańczmy razem, choć mnie już w sercu nie ma. Oczy Ci sprawne i smutne, bo teraz już się kocham. Dance with me once again, darling. Though you no longer be mine, soften the pain that I'm starting. Dance with me just one more time. Of my country, the great USA, the home of the brave and the free. They swear together, united we stand, a place where there's people like you and me. As life goes on and on, we've got to love one another. Cause we're all sisters and brothers. She might be nice and share, all that to stick together. And things in this world will get better forever someday. For Tish. This great land, and for what it stands, stars and stripes, red, white, and blue. Its cities and towns, and its vast countryside. We made this great land for me and you. As life goes on and on, Ormai together, 'cause we're all sisters and brothers. Ci mai mirase share. We've all got to stick together, and things in this world will get better forever someday.
All right, can we ask you to sing along with us, IPA? Here we go, everybody.
As time goes on and on, let's hear you. We've got to love one another. Kochajmy jeden drugiego, 'cause we're all sisters and brothers. Trzymajmy razem się. We've all got to stick together, and things in this world will get better forever someday. That was beautiful.
A couple of beautiful losses there by the late great Eddie B, especially for Tish, decided singing. Thank you.
All right, who's got orange tickets? Orange tickets, the winning number. I gotta take my glasses off. 019455. 019455. And the second ticket is 019319. 019319. Also, raffle basket purple ticket number 153496. Or I come from 153496. Come see Laurie.
Tree to tree in the turd.
That's good talk. All right, did you know how
Did you win? Jill? All right, Jill. Here's one called Proszę Pane. For all the folks here from Toledo, that was an old song done by Barbara Janinsky from Toledo.
Hey, is that Kevin talking to Chase over there? Chase and Kevin, how you doing, guys? 148. Keeps yelling numbers.
We're going to feature Melvin on the vocal here for you, along with Lauren.
Hey, we'd like to send this one out for all the guys in the mix on the Wisconsin's premier youngest polka band. I think you guys are the youngest now, right? No other kids coming up?
Xander!
Okay, Xander. Okay, we can't forget Xander. But Xander's not here.
Yeah, Xander didn't care. Jill won all the money. Look, Danny needs money to fix the six. He hit me for $5.
So Xander's playing this week.
No, but for all the guys, thank you guys for coming out, and for all the Wisconsin people. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself. A lot of new faces here. Hope you guys are enjoying what you see.
And the Rosex and the TNT band.
Yeah, TNT was phenomenal.
Fantastic.
TNT, that band is dynamite.
And don't forget, the elder statesmen Wanoshek brothers are going to be appearing here tomorrow. So don't forget.
The Jadiks.
The senior members of the Wanoshek families, they just keep on reproducing. I love that.
I can't say anybody's old because we played 3 Moroshek weddings. One was in '87, one was 30 years ago, and the other one, I don't know.
Here we go. Here's one called Who Stole the Kishka?
Frankie Mishka stole the Kishka and put it in his Mishka.
Someone stole the Kishka, someone stole the Kishka, someone stole the Kishka from the butcher shop. Who stole the Kishka? Who stole the Kishka? Who stole the Kishka? Oh, my God. Round trim fully packed, it was hanging on the rack. Someone stole the Kishka when I turned my back. Who stole the Kishka? Who stole the Kishka? Who stole the Kishka? Oh, you bring it back.
got to do this next tune before we call them to close. We got time for one more, I think, here for you, before we have to say maybe two. But this one is especially for Lori.
Where's Lori?
Here's one called The Good Wishes, Polka.
Maui Shostra. Where is Maui Shostra?
Here we go, one called The Good Wishes Polka, to the new album recorded with the Downtown Sound many years ago.
What about for Lindsay? You know, you never do this song for Lindsay.
What about for John?
For Lindsay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for one more quick one before we have to call our portion of the meeting close. Real quick, I'd like to introduce all the members of the IPA tribute band, all the way on the left helping us out this weekend on the concertina. How about a nice round of applause for Chris Bogdan, everybody?
Bogdan.
Behind him on the bass guitar, all the way from Wisconsin, Mr. Jason Anschutz. Next to the Iron Man this weekend on accordion vocals, Johnny Kravish, everybody. It's more like aluminum. In the back, my brother from another mother, Ray Melvin Rizzuto. Next to me on vocals, how about a round of applause for my lovely new wife, Laura Mateo. And on the right, our resident Polka Hall of Famer on trumpet and vocals, Mr. Rick Rizzuto.
And our leader, he keeps calling off these crazy numbers with all these songs and a lot of sharps in them. How about a big hand for Dan Mateo?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do one more and then get out of here and turn things over to Planet and Friends. Thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed our music this evening. Stick around. Planet and Friends and any IPA guy coming up. Lots more fun here at the IPA. We hope to see you all back tomorrow. Here we go. One called I Get So Lonely.
You're the best.
again, thank you on behalf of the IPA Tribute Band, everybody. Planet of Friends coming right up. Hi, Brian. Coming up, thank you.
Just a quick reminder, everybody, tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock is going to be a Catholic Mass with the fantastic sounds of the Cosmic Family Band. They do a beautiful job at Mass.